Hi, I'm Rizwan, and I've been wanting to make this video for a long time, but it's just that I've been procrastinating a lot, and it's late at night right now, and um, I just decided, okay, why not? Let's just make this video because we have the time right now, and essentially, I wanted to talk about two projects that I've been working on. One is a project that I started at the start of this year in 2021, which is Waterfront, or in Tamil it's called Nirmunai. So this project is it's very much a personal passion project that I've been developing uh, over like 2 years, I guess, and it has taken many incarnations and many different story outlines. But eventually, I decided to take a very personal story, and even though I couldn't reveal exactly what it is, I think you could sort of make out what kind of movie it's gonna be through the teaser that got released. And yeah, eventually, I think we would have the movie out. Uh, Hopefully, this by the start of next year, or at the very least, like the middle of next year, we could have something out from the movie because um, the truth is there has been a lot of delays in regards to the project that I don't want to fully get into. There's a lot of different factors. Mainly, it's because of me. I'm the one who started the project, and I'm the one who is pushing forward the project. And I don't want to put the blame on anyone. It's really because I've been doing a lot of different things and going through a lot of difficulties in terms of my career, my studies, and my personal life as well. So, because of that, I've gotten demotivated several times, and also I've been having a lot of doubts and confusions, and also a lot of doubts in terms of like whether okay this has gotten way out of hand. Can we really make it? Because originally we started the project using Ebsynth, which is a great software. It's free. It's free to use, but uh, it takes a lot of work to um, go through and put in. And I've seen Joel Haver's work, which that's what inspired me. But the truth is, what he does is way like difficult. It's not something that anyone can just do. Technically, it's anyone can do it, but at the level that I was trying to do in a really feature length way, it's not really something that you could do unless you're really willing to invest that amount of time, and also uh, you really have a huge amount of motivation to really do it and have that drive, which to me, I don't come from an animation background, and I'm not really a guy who does a lot of that kind of visual art. I do graphic design once in a while, as a hobby, but as for animation using Epsynth or just animation in general, it's not something that I have a lot of experience in, and it's not something that I've really fostered. So that was very difficult to do for me when I started the production. We didn't really have a full planning or like I mean, again, it goes back to me, which is it's my fault. I didn't really plan through it. I just thought, okay, let's film everything and then we can sort of figure it out later. And for animation, the truth is it's a lot of planning. If we don't have a good plan, especially for really long form film with recurring characters, it's and something that's very narrative, it's not going to be very easy. So that's why it's taking a lot of time. And I'm also working with a lot of volunteers. So obviously, volunteers might not necessarily have the same drive that I have. So a lot of things I have to do on my own, which is completely fine. But it's you couldn't direct the way that you would for a normal film. So it's gonna take time, I know, and I know that eventually I'm gonna figure out different ways to get there, and probably it would get out. I don't want to say too many details about how we could go and do things because I couldn't confirm anything, right? But as for the other project that I'm working on right now, which is Ratna, uh, it is a movie that I could talk a little about, I think, because it's going to be a little more simple and a lot more malleable in a sense that we're going to deal with volunteers as well, but it's not going to be animated, so I don't have to do all the post processing work. I could just film and go to edit, and eventually I could have a finished product in just maybe a few months, and that is the advantage of it in terms of how that project is gonna go. And it's a collection of four short films, all connected to the same story. And so, um, since the nature is like that, we could very well go and shoot four different short films, completely improvised, and put it together and release it. But of course, it's not that simple. We have a script, um, and we are going to follow that. But at the same time, a lot of things can change, a lot of plans can fall through. So, the way that I want to do it is that even if plans fall through, we could always not just rely on the script. It's sometimes the script is just the starting point of better ideas, and sometimes the script is just there to help you form a something even better while you're on set with the actors that you have, because films are always about sorry, not films always, but independent film, or films that you just make with your friends. It's always about what you have in front of you. You utilize that to make something great, and that's kind of the method that I've been doing for most of my filmmaking journey, which is just having people come along and just using what we have and just telling the story on the spot without too much script and thinking too much about, okay, this is how we're going to do this and that, and instead just kind of going with the flow and thinking up of ideas along the way and getting the actors input as much as possible, and just going along and filming, like just being there with the camera, me as the cameraman, just filming what I can and putting together the story in the editing. That's what I've been doing for quite a lot of the time, uh, even when we have the script. So that's kind of the approach that we're going to take with Ratna. So it might turn out great, might turn out really bad, but either way, I'm really excited for it. So I really hope you guys can see it and also enjoy it. So that's what I wanted to say.